Hello, this is Vince Valentine, EX Turk once again, and I'm just here to discuss a few things. Let me move that to the right position. Good cookie. Anyways, the people that still diss on me, make video responses about me, dislike my Final Fantasy VII Remake videos, or the trilogy of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I've been following the Final Fantasy VII Remake closely and Final Fantasy 15 stuff closely. I think the people who really dislike my stuff are still the Final Fantasy VI tards. And I gotta say this, the only reason I figured you guys out a long time ago. Hold up. It's falling. Okay. I figured out you guys a long time ago. You Final Fantasy VI tards only hate me on and dislike my videos and make video responses on me out of personal responsibility. You don't really hate me because you don't even know me. You never did. Even though I put out videos a lot, you really never met me in real life. So you can't really talk shit. You really can't say what I do is disgusting. And what's funny is that I'm disgusting for talking about a subject that is gonna happen. That is a for sure thing. Just because you don't like Final Fantasy VII, and you know what, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. You don't have to like the game. But, you know, it's only bad if someone reviews parts of the trailers of Final Fantasy VII, talk about E3, talk about anything related to the remake. It's only bad to you Final Fantasy VI tards because it's not Final Fantasy VI remake. But then when you guys upload a Final Fantasy VI review, you know, when Final Fantasy VI, not review, live action, or not live, remaster, then it's okay. It's okay for you to talk about a Final Fantasy VI remaster if it was happening. But it's bad when I talk about a Final Fantasy VII remaster on my own damn channel that you don't really have to subscribe to, that you can click the unsubscribe button to right now if you don't like what I got to say. See, this is the problem with these millennials. They get so hurt over an aspect. It's just like I can't talk to people, Star Wars fans, because Star Wars fans get mad when I bring up the prequels, and I tell people the prequels are good. And yes, they were good. I don't care what you say. I love the prequels. I own my copy of Revenge of the Sith. You know, down DVD copy. It was a Blockbuster version copy, but it was still a copy, nonetheless. I got it when it came out on DVD. It was a gift from my grandpa, along with the prequel tapes and Episode 4 original tapes. In fact, I can go ahead and show you the tapes since the tapes are upstairs. But yeah, I still got my prequel right here, the prequels right here, and then Episode 4 tapes. Well, I'm not here to talk about Star Wars. I'm talking about Final Fantasy. But this does bring up a good point, because it's like, it's okay if you talk about the ones that you want to talk about. But when I want to talk about what I want to talk about, you guys get defensive, put the dislike, make video responses. Even goes so far to get a strike on my YouTube account because, oh, I feel triggered because he's talking about something I don't like. I gotta dislike it. You only do this out of a personal responsibility. This is why, no offense, the Final Fantasy community is getting so toxic now. This is why, you know? Because you could upload your stuff. And yes, I did say I wasn't going to do any more 15 until there's more stuff coming up. Besides, like, Brotherhood, and that's the anime movie of it. Besides, you know, the second demo, which I played and talked about Final Fantasy 15. And besides Final Fantasy 15 itself, until it comes out, You know, I'm not going to talk very much about it because I don't know very much about it. Like, I know 7. I know 7 a lot. Because I played the original 7, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, watched Let's Plays of Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus Lost episodes, and even read some of the PDF novels written by Nathan J. Gallagher. So you know that's my favorite. It does not mean I haven't talked about any others. I talk about Final Fantasy 9, 8. I've even done a couple of videos on 10. And Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is not my channel. I leave you to HMK channel. That's if you want to know about Kingdom Hearts specifically. But I only talk about the Final Fantasy stuff that's in Kingdom Hearts because it's a Final Fantasy channel. That's all. I mean, it's more that it's a gaming channel. So I do have Sony stuff related to there because it is a gaming channel, a gaming and vlog channel. Nonetheless, like you said, like when you read my intros, that's what it is. But I only focus mainly on the Final Fantasy stuff because the Final Fantasy stuff is my fortes, okay? And again, back to the Final Fantasy community, you call me on clickbait, but then you do it on your videos. You call me on clickbait, but then you do it on your videos. That's hypocritical. Yes, I have put some pervy clickbaits in my stuff, but how do you think I'm going to get those views? You think I'm going to just get those... I'm not entertaining. I ain't no PewDiePie. I'm not Leafy's here. I'm not any of that. I'm not even Final Fantasy 33, which I'd go check out his channel. I'm not even Final Fantasy 33. You know? I'm not as entertaining as they are. So how would I get the views? By just not putting no clickbait? And at least I'm accurate with my theories. You guys want to make it I'm not accurate with my theories. Look, I'm not going to talk about a Final Fantasy 6 remake unless Square Enix expressly says in big bold letters that they're going to do it. Now, all they said about the remakes that's not Final Fantasy 7 is that they're going to be doing Final Fantasy 9, 8, and even go back to 6, 5, 4. Right now, Final Fantasy 7 Remake is only a marketing test. If this sells well, you're going to be seeing remakes of all your favorite classics, so you won't have to complain and cry, oh, you're talking about Final Fantasy 7, oh, you're not talking about Final Fantasy 6 Remake. But I'll tell you the truth, you guys only hate me out of a personal responsibility. You don't even know me. You're doing this out of false motivation. It's false everything. And that's the truth. You're only doing this out of false motivation. You only do this because it's a personal responsibility because I offended you. Or I'm not talking about the specific game that you like. But people get mad at me and dislike my videos when I say I like Final Fantasy 13. That's kind of hypocritical. And FYI, I do like Final Fantasy 6. I'm just not going to talk about something that don't exist. It don't exist right now. You know? The only remake of Final Fantasy 6 was the Game Boy Advance one. And that's it. They didn't even make a PSP one yet. And it's not really a remake, it's just a Game Boy Color remastered from the Super Nintendo. Because that's what Game Boy Advance did, was rehash your favorite Super Nintendo games on the Game Boy Advance. And I know because I own a Game Boy Advance. And I was around the time when those were popular. So I know. I owned every Game Boy all the way from the original Pocket. So I know. That's all they did was get their Nintendo, regular Nintendo, old school Nintendo, and Super Nintendo games on there. Now there is there's a rehash of it on the Nintendo eShop, but that's Nintendo eShop. That's still the original game you've got on the Super Nintendo cartridge when it was called Final Fantasy 3. But otherwise, I'm not going to talk about something that's not there. And for you guys who keep disliking me, but I don't know why you're subscribed to someone who has the bias of Final Fantasy 7 being the favorite. Or like it's someone that don't like the same games as you. I like Final Fantasy 13 and I like Final Fantasy 7. And if you can't help it, don't just deal with it or get off my channel. If you don't like what I have to cook, leave. Leave. I don't need to have I don't need Gordon Ramsay to come in my kitchen and tell me my food's shit. You can leave. Bye. Out that door. You don't like my cooking? Out the door. And that's it.